Pope Francis's funeral will take place in 3 parts, called stations. First station, preparation of the body. Once medical professionals certify the death of a pope, the pope lies in rest in his private chapel. His ring will be defaced. You may have seen this done in the movie Conclave. That's because the ring could be used as the pope's official seal. It's broken to prevent another person from using it on documents. His apartment will be sealed. Another thing you may have seen in Conclave. This was traditionally done to prevent looting. The Pope's chief of staff will run the Vatican until a new pope is chosen, and he will plan the Pope's funeral. This man is Cardinal Kevin Joseph Farrell, appointed by Pope Francis in 2019. He will formally call the deceased pope by his full birth name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio. There's also a legend that the pope will be tapped on the forehead 3 times with a small silver hammer, but there is no documented proof that this is actually done. Second station, viewing the body. The Pope is placed in a simple casket to emphasize his humble role as a pastor. He's dressed in a simple white cassock and red vestments and carried to St. Peter's Basilica, where public viewing will last 3 days. After the public viewing comes his funeral, where a white cloth will be placed over Pope Francis's face. There will be a funeral mass most likely held inside at St. Peter's. Masses said in Pope Francis's name will continue for 9 days, a period of mourning. Third station, the burial. Pope Francis said he wanted to be buried in the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore, a place he visited to pray and meditate after each of his more than 100 trips abroad. Francis's wish was for a procession across Rome to Santa Maria Maggiore, including the hearse and cars carrying others who will attend this private ritual. If you're interested in watching the papal funeral for Pope Francis, it will air on Saturday morning from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern on CBS, CBS News 24/7, and Paramount+.
This is the day-to-day arrangement of Pope Francis' burial that will be taking place in 9 days. Now, if you're a Catholic or a non-Catholic, I believe that this video taught you 1 or 2 about the Catholic and how the Pope's burial will take place and how they will choose the next Pope. I know that there are a lot of misconceptions flying around social media that, the Pope is being buried in an occultic way and all that. Some are even accusing the Pope of being gay. Now, that is it. If you are a well-known personality, people must talk about you, sometimes in negative light, sometimes in good light. Now, there are certain things the Pope have said that people don't like. There are certain things the Pope have said that people like. But now that he's dead, these are the procedures that will be taking place before another pope is going to be selected. I believe that you watched this video and you've learned 1 or 2. Let's continue to watch so that you learn more from this, okay? Anyway, guys, please, thanks for watching.
120 cardinals are locked in until they elect a new pope. Pope Francis has passed away. The Catholic Church now faces a task, selecting a new leader. But how does this process work? It's an ancient, secretive tradition known as the conclave. A period of official mourning begins. It will last for 9 days. His funeral is set to take place within 6 days. Then the cardinals will gather in Rome. Only 120 cardinals will vote in the conclave. To be eligible, they must be under 80. Out of 252 living cardinals, 138 are eligible to vote. However, the conclave will only allow 120 cardinals to vote. Those over 80 can still attend meetings, but they can't cast a ballot. But here's the catch. Those who can will be locked in the Sistine Chapel. Once inside, they will have no access to the outside world. No technology, no communication, nothing. The goal is to ensure secrecy during the election. Leaks from within the conclave could lead to excommunication. The process begins with a special mass. Afterward, the cardinals proceed to the Sistine Chapel. They chant hymns and prayers, asking for divine guidance. Each cardinal places his hand on the Gospels. Each pledges to keep everything secret. Then the voting starts. Each cardinal writes their choice on a ballot. The ballots are placed into an urn and they're burned. The color of the smoke that rises signals the result. Black smoke means no decision has been made. White smoke means a new pope has been chosen. In the past, conclaves have lasted months. The longest one took from 1268 to 1271. Today, they usually take just a few days. Once a pope is selected, he is asked if he accepts. If he says yes, he chooses a papal name. This name often honors a predecessor or signifies his vision for the church. White smoke will rise from the Sistine Chapel. The cardinals will then present the new pope to the world. He will step onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. The faithful will cheer and await his first blessing. The conclave will decide the future of the Catholic Church. The cardinals are locked in, bound by tradition. Only one question remains: who will be the next pope?
Now, guys, will you even blame anybody that is talking bad about the Catholic Church? Because let the truth be said, even we that are Catholics, there are some Catholic doctrines that we see, and it's like it's funny to us, and there are some that we have never heard of, and there are some that we are very much aware of, and we ask, why is it even done, why is it even practiced? Like the one that is currently going on around, people talking about why they are wearing hoodies, why they are doing certain rituals, carrying either carrying the Virgin Mary or Jesus Christ, and they are barefooted. I'm sure some of you have seen those videos. Now that is a Catholic culture practice, okay, in Spain and all that, and according to them it's a Christian, whatever. And I know that there are some Catholics in Africa, even the ones in the US, Canada, they are not used to these things. Just like me myself, I'm not used to a lot of those things, right? But these are cultures that exist, these are practices that exist, doesn't mean that they are demonic, right? Yeah, even the way the Pope is going to be buried and how the another Pope is going to be chosen, it looks abstract to a lot of Pentecostal churches, right? Now there are certain things Pentecostal churches also do that looks abstract. Okay, and that's why sometimes people say Christianity is a religion and all that, because it's actually something, it's like a culture people practice. And sometimes, me, I am not here to judge, but sometimes there are certain things this particular religion will be doing, or this particular um even Christians, let me not even go far into different religions, okay? But there are certain things Christians, different churches will do, and you doubt it. There are certain things you see a pastor will own a church, and then when the pastor is about to die or growing old, he will make his own son a pastor, whether God call the son or call the wife or not. Instead of giving the church to somebody that can handle the church, well, they will give it to their son or their daughter, because they don't want the money, the flow of money to leave the family name, because it's now looking like kingship. You get the point, because you are the founder, so the name should not leave that, the church should not leave that family name. So there's certain things that people like cringe on, that a church is not supposed to be owned by one particular family name. Like if you go into the Catholics, the Anglicans, nobody owns the church. They will just select a leader. The leader must not be from a particular tribe, you get, or a particular family. Anybody they choose, as long as the person is the right person, okay, they choose according to you being worthy of being a pope, and that is it. But anyway, guys, what do you think about the videos you have watched? What do you think about the one trending in Spain? Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now, guys.